Hi there. I want to show you this beautiful artificial mountainside, and also the two gates hidden behind it that sort of work separately, but also in some ways as one big unit. The idea is to have a, low-tier sort of base behind, in front of this door, and then behind it a super secret bunker for a modded survival world I have, but since implementing that's gonna take ages, I wanted to design it first in creative mode, so that it's easier. So obviously the first one here, as it's obvious, is it's a hidden door. And sadly for me, the opening mechanism due to its design isn't the best, however, the closing mechanism definitely is. You see, in my mind, closing the door should be the faster one, because what's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna try to break in and you won't be able to stop them. Obviously, if I hit the lock out a gate button, as you can see, the door isn't actually going to be able to move, but even with it open, it's gonna work. So, the goal is, as you can see, this will quickly open up, this will lock itself, and the idea behind it is really simple. I want to have, I have a specific rule where I don't want any real holes to be visible here, in a sense that you can't fall out of, the door. That's why the piston shows up there to cover up that hole. That's why this moves up. That's, the idea. And this door is remarkably complicated, but also really simple. To show you that, I first have to show you this too, though. So this is obviously a combination lock. If we try to do this, nothing. If you listen, you can't hear anything. But if the combination is correct, here we go. The door system will open. You can see behind it, the floor will move in. And there we go. We can go over this. And the same thing happens here. Now, you can see these buttons over here. None of them do anything except this one, which opens the entryway to the super secret area. Now, this has a few things, like the ability to control the inner gate, the ability to lock the inner gate from the outside, the ability to lock the outer gate, and the ability to control it. So, somebody who's in here could very easily just lock both of these, or open and close both of these. Because, obviously, if you have a security personnel in a secret sort of area, I would assume you'd be playing this with name tags turned off. Yeah, you can just do that. And obviously, let's just quickly close them, because maybe that's what you would want to do. This is the elephant in the room, yeah. You can just set the key combination. As you can see, we've now set this one to down. If we go over here, we have to set this one to down now, which is a bit of a mishap, but yeah, that's how it works. As you can see here, there we go. Now it works. The reason for this is something which I'll show you in a moment. Let's just first, yeah, close that door. But yeah, so to explain to you why this happens, I'm first gonna cover this door because I built it today, so it's gonna be easier to explain because I remember it. So, it's a big ol' mess, but it sort of functions in a very simple way. You see this button? It activates this one tick, which just changes states into the on or off position. Because these two, these are two separate orders of events things have to happen in. So, in order to understand, this thing's default function is actually to be, closed. No, it's to be open. If I just really quickly may hit it again. There we go. We have to open it because that's how I kind of designed it in my head. Anyways, so when you first trigger this up, it goes into a one-tick pulse, and then, it turns into a pulse. This goes, and, the first thing which happens, all of these are just to synchronize the audio, because the opening and closing have different lengths, so I had to make two separate systems to, make the alarm system turn on and off. From the real sort of opening mechanical stuff, this triggers the little piston here to either open or close, so that we can, like, close that little thing. So that's the first thing which happens. That moves out of the way. Then this goes down to here, which triggers this little... it's like a double sort of thing, where this guy will push stuff to here. Like, it'll push this to here, but then immediately, as you can see here, get told to return back. It has to make one round trip. This is partially why it's, like, opening up takes a while. But that's the way I did it, because it just lets me build it in a more compact sort of way. This guy is immediately triggered, which has a bit of a delay that goes into a 1-tick pulse, and then it swaps these phases. Right now, this phase is turned on. When it pulses, this will get switched, but this is designed so it'll pulse after, well after, it touches here. When this is touched, it's going to have a little bit of an extended signal, which I forget why I did that, but it functions. This is going to trigger, and it is going to basically, immediately when this connects, when the door closes, it's going to tell this guy that, oh yeah, no, I did this because it comes and then leaves, and if the signal is too short, then it sends a double pulse and that causes issues. This goes down here, and simultaneously, you know, the signal will continue. It will then go down to here, which it will tell this guy that it has to go up and, you know, by one and extend, and it'll go down here and go through a 1-tick and push this down, which will tell this guy, this is the little just decorative wall, it'll tell it that it's time for it to go up. Now, I can't count, but... No, mind. It's fine. And basically, while that's happening, then this is gonna just be a little too extended sort of thing, because this is exactly 12 blocks long. This is just, like, pushed forwards, it actuates all the pistons, and then it retracts so that, you know, the door is actually pushed further. So you can see that when we, you know, do this, first, this guy is moved, then immediately the top and bottom are moved, then this guy does its thing, and then that guy raises up. It is really quick. When it closes, it's slower. So when this pulls down, first, you know, this will go up here, and basically then it's a really slow pulse that will basically tell this guy that has, you know, you have to retract up. It has to wait a little bit so that this guy has time to just tell them to, like, disengage the door to pull it back, because, you know, firstly, this guy pulls that stuff back. As you can see, you know, there's this path. Then this guy is told to, like, lower this piston down. This guy is told to pull the other pistons up. This is moved up. Crucially, this is done in a sort of flip-floppy way so it doesn't trigger it. But then, of course, immediately, while this is all happening, this is given a signal up here to immediately pull this wall down. And then the only thing really left is for, you know, this signal. Once this is, you know, once this is activated, it goes down here. Then, oh, look, now this is in the other phase, so that when this comes here, it doesn't re-trigger anything. And, you know, that's why this exists. So when this is pulled, now it is going to tell this guy to go there and to, like, pick up its section of the wall. And this goes back here and tells this guy to re-extend so that the piston that's currently here actually goes to the place where it should be. So if we hit this, you can see first this pulls this back, then immediately these guys are going to get moved up, that piston's going to appear, and oh look, now this is going to pull it back. And there we go. We even missed this guy going down, because there's just a lot going on when you actually look at it. Now, there are some things I haven't explained, like this. This is the actuator from the second door, and down here, the little exterior button will go here. This is the locking feature. This is the lock from that door again, and it will come up here and basically merge with this button here. And then it works. the way this door works is a little bit different. As you can see, this will go up here, and first it'll go all the way to here to the tester. It has to be far away so that you can't listen and hear if you got the correct combination or not. Then, you know, once the combination is done, it is going to come back here through a little pulse, and now is where things kinda go a little bit crazy. So, first of all, what happens now, this is the closing mechanism, right? Yeah, so this is the way I did the flip-flopping here. So firstly, what happens here is this guy over here is told to move these guys down here. When he does, this just moves up here and tells these guys to move in. And, you know, that's kind of it. There's some other stuff, we'll cover it in a moment. When this is, you know, pulled to the other side, then we have these guys over here, which are told by these one-tick pistons that they need to move back to here. And once they're moved back to here, there's this guy, which will then, you know, go around and, it's going to tell the, wait, where is the other guy? Oh, whatever. There's like a little thing which will then... Yeah, sorry, I'm stupid. Yeah, it's this. It'll go down, and it's going to do a one-tick, which then tells, you know, this gate to move back up here. Now, these guys are interesting, because the way these are controlled is through, like, a really long... This is kind of stupid, right? But when I added the alert system, I ended up also just wiring these guys up so that, they'll basically function on the same sort of timer. I know there are more intelligent ways of, like, timing them, but everything else just works off of the big timer. The little double extending gates up here work off of that, and that's how the alarm works. So again, you know, closing this, what happens? These guys get powered. They'll go down, they'll trigger this, and oh look, now this gate will slowly come in. And these will close down. Isn't that perfect? Pay attention to how these guys are a little bit off sync. So yeah, these guys will then open up, and, you know, similar sort of set of actions. It'll come up, and these will go down. There you go. And then you can have your super secret evil lair back here. And outside, the plebeians will be none the wiser. How would you improve this system? Maybe make it so that it's not a fucking rat's nest of, cables, wires, and all the other stuff. I don't know. When I actually implement this, so first of all, I'm gonna need a lot of honey and shit, but, I feel like my #1 issue is just gonna be translating all of this garbage. Like, look at this, dude. This is good. This is the easy part. The hard part is, like, where do all the cables go? I have this problem in real life, too. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the super secret evil lair double door thing. This is just done for show. Ignore that. Thanks for watching. I'm not a redstone wizard by any means. Most of my knowledge is stuck in the pre-1.5 days. And I've just kind of picked up a few things, you know, along the way from when I was, like, watching the occasional guide whenever I needed something for my survival world. I only learned how to do this a few days ago when I was trying to make some special door things for one of my bases. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time when... Well, the last door video I made was, like, last year, so don't be too excited. Bye-bye.